Welcome back to Newport Beach, California. The Owl APP Newport Beach Open has 2 gold medal matches coming your way with some new duos here on the APP Tour trying to bring home some medals. Let's talk about Will Howells and Patrick Kawka. To learn more about this partnership, we bring in the 4th member of our crew, Dorian Kraft.
Thanks, AJ. This partnership between Will Howells and Patrick Kawka has been more than 3 months in the making after they decided to play together at the end of March in Miami. Howells told me that he initially sought out Kawka because he felt like the explosive style complemented his own, but it's actually Kawka's discipline that makes him such a good partner. And it was that discipline that Kawka displayed back in the semifinal that helped him and Howells get out of that toughest semifinal match. And Howells told me before coming onto the court, they're feeling loose, they're having fun, and as we know, that is when they are at their most dangerous.
It absolutely is, but speaking of dangerous, Eric Lange making sure we know he is not one to be taken lightly to start this first game. Side out here, and it was...
Needed the net there, because again, Eric Lange has seen this before.
There's a look at Will Howells' partner, Patrick Kawka, 31 years old, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. With the serve. Off the paddle of Manthou, sails wide.
Yeah, I mean, that's a counter there for Manthou that he's reading it well, but he doesn't need to go as big. Look to counter that, but go down to the feet of Howells while he's trying to crash.
Lange getting ready to get up and punish that ball with the overhead winner.
That big man getting up right there, and when he gets on top of a ball, it is dangerous.
See there, Max Manthou, 32 years old, out of Tacoma, Washington, not all that far from Bainbridge Island, where the sport of pickleball originally originated, as it were. Eric Lange, on the other hand, also from the PNW, 43 years old, Westland, Oregon, a suburb of Portland. So the two of them practice all the time together. Lange telling me once or twice a week they're getting a chance to hit.
Oh, that's spun back in. A little extra love off the net cord there for Manthou. Hits it with heavy backspin. Once it catches that net cord, picks up even more spin and kicks back in when it hits the ground. Round.
Oh, wow. Kawka reading that perfectly, but again, there was probably 3 or 4 let cords in the middle of that point, but then Kawka, I mean, he rips that back, and it was about an inch off the post.
That's where Manthou needs to just jump and do a little starfish in the air right there. It probably goes out. Manthou trying to rush that third shot, pushes that one wide.
So it'll be a side out here. Will Howells with the serve. Played his collegiate tennis at Notre Dame.
1-2-1.
And what I don't want Howells and Kawka to get into is a swinging match. They tried that in the last match, didn't work. I'd like to say them take the strategy they had in the semifinal and move it into this final, which was slow the ball down and not that right there. Balls off the bounce for Kawka and Howells right now is not the answer. Elongated points, get into them. Let Manthou and Lange dictate and try and speed up pace. You play block and elongate the point.
Oh, that rolled down the arm. But it was good.
I was talking with Will after that semifinal match, exactly what you guys are talking about, how they wanted to elongate the point, and he took a lot of the a lot of the responsibility for that not happening earlier. He said he was getting frustrated because some of his best shots were getting taken away. So once he started making better decisions was when he and Kawka really started to gain some rhythm early on in that second game to punch their ticket here. The Ernie, though, not enough.
Yeah, but that's smart there from Lange. He recognizes that Howells is going to go for the Ernie, so what does he do? He just bumps it up and over the net and keeps it as close to the net as he can. Howells hitting it straight into that net cord.
That's in.
And kill it.
And he did, right on cue. Lange with the finish to make it a 4-1 lead. You see both these teams take another look here first at the winner.
Well, it's a nice speed up there off the bounce for Manthou. That's what Howells and Kawka need to be ready for. They need to be ready for it. They need to counter it.
That time the Ernie, well done, off the paddle of Howells and out of bounds.
Yeah, but he goes straight crossbody on Howells. That is not a spot that you typically see from an Ernie as far as going that far cross court. But Dom, one of the things that you and I have talked about over the years is how do you beat an aggressive team is that you are more aggressive before they are. Manthou and Lange coming in, being aggressive, speeding it up, taking away the opportunities for Howells and Kawka to speed up first.
So a timeout called here on the court. Eric Lange and Max Manthou with the lead here in game number 1. We're going to step aside for a minute, give us a chance to hear from our sponsors here at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
We were talking about the aggressive style of play from Max Manthou. I asked him after the semifinal where he gets that from, and he says, you know what? I follow the creed of another Seattle athlete, the great Marshawn Lynch, beast mode up there in Seattle. And he quoted Marshawn as saying, I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine a lot more than I'm going to get got. So when you see that style of aggressive play from Manthou, just know he's channeling that beast mode.
Well, right there was no beast mode. That was the slowest I've seen Manthou play in the whole day in that point, but great patience.
But
even Marshawn Lynch waits for the holes to open up.
I know, but that's kind of what we were talking about right there. If you're playing against an aggressive team and you allow them to dictate, they're going to get you. So you have to take that opportunity to be more aggressive first.
Not going to work. That is not going to work. And that started with Kafka's third, right? That ball goes 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and Howells can't get the ball down. I mean, he's just fighting for his life right there through transition area.
Oh, a little stumble there from Lange as he's coming forward.
So it gives Howells and Kawka their second point of this first game.
2-7-2.
Patrick Kawka with the serve. Slice and dicing with precision, pointing that ball every which way.
That is one big man staring you down at the kitchen line, and Howells just keeps backing up because, again, Eric is having his way with everything. It doesn't even matter, forehand, backhand, whatever it is. But then when he finally, Chad, gets that forehand, It is not happening, not coming back.
It was the setup of that slide forehand, and we've seen that multiple times from Lange where it's aggressive, but it's an inside-out forehand change of direction, which created the last pop-up. Look at all those purple shirts over there.
The purple people eaters.
Manthou played tennis at the University of Washington, and as you can see, that purple color has translated to his professional pickleball career. And for those of you who follow college sports, you know the arch rival for Washington, the Oregon Ducks, which happens to be where Lange went to school. So one of the few times you'll see a Husky and a Duck working together so well in a sporting competition.
Purple worked for the New York Mets for a little while. They had Grimace throughout the first pitch. So purple working here for Lange and Manthou as well.
7-2 lead here in game one. Best 2 out of 3 to 11 to decide who brings home the gold medal from Newport Beach.
Oh, how did that stay in? Well, actually, he caught the bottom edge of the edge guard right there.
Another look at it.
It's a full swing. Thought that was going to go out by a foot off the paddle, but ends up landing in by a foot.
So it's Manthou with the serve, 7-2-1. Lange leaving that cross-court dink just a little too short. So second serve.
7-2-2.
That's good pressure right there from Will Howells. Lange coming through transition area. Just a little off balance right there. But Howells and Kawka do need to answer here. They need to get on the board. That's not going to happen with a third that high. Kawka points to himself, goes, my bad, partner, almost got you beat up pretty bad with that X40.
Oh, what?
Filthy resets in the middle.
That ball was really close to being out wide there, though. But I don't think Manthou Lange saw it.
My goodness.
We promised you fireworks, and here they are.
Timeout for Caesars.
So a timeout called here on the court by Lange and Manthou. They want a second to breathe after that one, as do we. We'll be right back at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open on the other side of this commercial break. tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific on ESPN and ESPN+. We'll have Wimbledon round of 16 coverage until 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Then it's over on ABC for the remainder of the day. Back here live in Newport Beach, California, a fantastic crowd filling in to watch this Saturday night gold medal match. Men's doubles on court. Now women's doubles to follow right after. Will Howells with the serve, trailing by 4 here in this first game.
Ooh, that's nice. I don't know what happened right there, though. It looked like there was a little miscommunication with the hand signals because Max Manthou ended up in like the right pocket of Lange right there.
That's too good there from Eric Lange. That's controlled aggression off the bounce right there, but what he does nicely with that is he creates some shape on it to keep that ball in and hits it at about 80%.
7-4-1, the score for Manthou.
Wow.
Comes across, forehand cross-court winner. A little bit of beast mode in that one.
I mean, talk about a nice move here. This is what you call a shake and bake. Eric Lange with the shake, and Max Manthou with the bake right there coming through the middle. Beautifully done.
Oh, Lange again. So strong on the backhand counter. That's a little, just slides it along the hip and a little reverse backhand.
Oh, he's fighting that one off his face.
That backhand wasn't as pretty, though.
No. That ball's probably going out, but it got on him quick because he's crashing off of Manthou's third.
Manthou going for the speed up there, and Lange to finish.
And good adjustment there from Manthou and Lange as well. But the big thing to watch there is how compact both of their swings are. Manthou set it, waited for the ball to get to the paddle, and then accelerated forward. That's where he gets the power from, not the big backswing.
Game point here for Eric Lange and Max Manthou.
Great job, great job.
That's a good job there from Kawka. What he does nicely there is Manthou kept sliding to try and get to his forehand, and then Kawka finally just bodies him up enough where he jams him up right at that right hip.
That's on Kawka initiating the speed up and finishes it off.
Again, it's just, I know he's trying to pump his partner up right there, and it's Will Howells saying all day. But we haven't done that all day. We haven't got that many, so I know he's trying to get him going, though, but don't wake the beast of Max Manthou. And you do right there, and he's going to say, hey, that's not all day. That's all day for me right there down the middle.
Yeah, that's another good hold there from Manthou. You see him set the paddle and then just accelerate forward. That allows him to go in whatever direction he wants.
That's a nice hands battle win there from Kawka. But the difference maker on that, they had 6 balls that they hit. Kawka finally able to get on top of and get that ball down at the feet of Max Manthou.
Yeah, and Kawka got Howells out of trouble right there because it was not the best of speed ups there from Howells. Kind of medium pace, didn't really do anything to it.
And I love the point you're making, Chad, about the acceleration and the way that all 4 of these gentlemen put pace on the ball. Everyone at home, if you're watching, it's not about the backswing. These players at this level, they barely have any backswing. It's about the acceleration through the ball.
The load of laying it back, and then the acceleration forward.
Right, they load out in front of them, almost a little cock of the wrist a little bit, but the pace comes from the acceleration through the ball rather than trying to take a big backswing.
So it is a timeout called by Eric Lange and Max Manthou as they are up 10-6, but it's two straight points for Howells and Kawka. So trying to stall this momentum a little bit because these two teams know how seriously to take the other one. And the last thing that Lange and Manthou want to have happen is to see this massive lead start to shrink and shrink and shrink until they get themselves in a bad position. At one point, they led 10-4 here in game number 1. Will Howells trying to make it a 3-point lead.
Nice roll there from Lange. It looked like he had the opportunity to speed the ball up a few shots before on that elevated forehand. He chose to just slide it to the backhand of Howells, but eventually what that ended up doing was creating the hole in the middle.
So another game point opportunity here for Lange and Manthou. And they get it done. Eric Lange and Max Manthou, there was chaos created. They were the ones who controlled it here in game number 1. Game number 2 coming your way next in our men's doubles gold medal match right here at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open.
And Eric Lange taking it 11-6 over Will Howells and Patrick Kawka. But in the semi, we certainly saw Howells and Kawka battle back. They lost game 1 11-4 in the semis, came back to rattle off 11-8, 11-2 over Tomasi and Kazuda. Lange and Manthou, they dispatched Jack Monroe and Andre Mick in 3. We'll see how it unfurls in game 2. Don't forget, we've got our women's pro doubles gold medal match to follow. And more gold medal matches tomorrow, right back here at the Tennis and Pickleball Club of Newport Beach. So glad you could be with us here at the 2024 Owl APP Newport Beach Open.
Welcome back to the Owl APP Newport Beach Open. Our AARP match spotlight this week was the Masters Division Women's Doubles Gold Medal Match. Chris Anderson and Kristen Hickman taking home the gold in straight games over Chris Powers and Marilyn Kilgore. Stacey Potter and Kelly Ojeda took home bronze.
Oh, Kristen Hickman diving into the net right there.
That's full out right there.
Shout out to all our winners, AARP Masters and Champions Division winners. Take a look at that. Marcelo Jardim taking it home in men's singles.
That's like permanent. That's right there. Marcelo
he's played in 3, taken 3.
Yeah.
There you have it. Domination. Congratulations to all our winners here on the APP Tour. 2 more men trying to punch their ticket and land their spot on the champions page. It is going to be Eric Lange and Max Manthou with the advantage here, coming into game number 2, having taken game 1, 11-6.
Yeah,
there's the earning from Will Howells.
Good patience throughout that whole point, too. Again, they need to elongate points, not allow Lange and Manthou to anticipate those speed-ups and get those speed-ups. And nice little Ernie there for Will Howells right out the gate.
Great spot down the line. Eric Lange slides it for the winner.
Well, and 2 things right there from Lange. He either gets the winner down the line or he anticipates that Howells is going to go for another Ernie. And in that case, it's a speed up right into the body for the Ernie. Difficult to pull that one off. And that is a
speaking of difficult to pull off, how about that angle off the paddle of Will Howells cross court?
I mean, Manthou's fast, but he had 0 chance of getting there.
Sure, 1-2. Side out. Let's go.
So it's a side out here. Howells and Kawka with a chance to extend their lead early on in game 2.
Yeah, perfect spot there from Patrick Kawka.
1-0.
Going crossbody, finds that hole in the middle.
Point.
This is a great start here for Kawka and Howells. Again, it's like deja vu from what we saw earlier in the semifinal match. Figuring it out in this second game after losing game number 1.
Howells and Kawka, though, trying to make that adjustment much earlier. Didn't make it until they were down 4-0 in game 2 of their semifinals. Coming out with a much better start here in this game 2 of the gold medal match.
That's a nice drop on the 5th right there. That was the key. If he speeds that ball up, Eric Lange's going to counter it. He drives the 1st, that being Will Howells, and he drops that 5th and forces an error from Eric Lange. Oh.
Point.
Lange sends that ball behind Howells, gets out of the way of it. Another look. It's called out on the court by Howells and Kawka. No challenge from Lange and Manthou. So it's 4-0-2 for Kafka's serve.
Oh, digs him out of trouble right there as Kawka speeds up. Manthou counter, beautiful in the middle. Off balance reset from Will Howells, though.
5-0-2.
Yeah, good combination again there from Howells. Manthou trying to keep him deep. The issue is once that ball has that downward movement or gets below the net, there's no keeping your opponents back.
Will Howells and Patrick Kawka starting off game 2 very strong. A 6-0 lead over Eric Lange and Max Manthou. Timeout called on the court. We'll be right back on the other side of it. Max Verstappen leads the F1 field into the 75th running of the British Grand Prix at the famous Silverstone Circuit. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on ESPN2, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. Our pre-race coverage begins at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Game 1 goes the way of Eric Lange and Max Manthou, and Dorian Kraft got a chance to catch up with their coach out of that last time out as they trail 6-0 here.
That's right, AJ. I got a chance to talk to Travis Rude, who has been coaching Eric for a few years. Max just started training with them earlier this season, but he said it's not so much about the matchup. He said it's more about finding their own voice and trusting their training. He said the cake has already been baked. We're watching it play out, and he reminded them in that last time out, be great in the moment.
Advice they need to follow here in this second game if they're going to get back in it.
Oh, that's
perfect
dirty.
Corner.
Waiting for his moment, and when it comes, Lange delivers.
And the big smile from Lange, because he uses every inch of his length to just slap that backhand out.
It was a reflex. So ball back on their side of the net, and work to do here for Lange and Manthou.
Second server.
Instead, Howells flips it right back at the paddle of Lange and tells him no, as in not that spot. I'm going to get that one back over. Starting a little bit of chirping. We'll see how that plays out.
Nice, BK.
A spot there from Kawka right at the toes of Eric Lange. You know, we talk about there's not really a no man's land in pickleball other than one step inside the baseline, and that's exactly where Lange just got caught. You're better off being further transition or staying at the baseline. And Howells?
You know what, though?
You're playing loose. You're up 7-0.
Exactly. At 7-0, I take that all day.
Oh, look at Kafka showing off right there, catching that ball in his pocket, coming back from Manthou. These guys are having some fun out there.
Oh, you heard Howells tell Kawka flip. And Kawka tries to go for it, but it was almost too late. It was almost like he made up his mind he was going to push that dink, but then goes for the backhand flick.
It's a little too flat there from Howells. The ball is starting to come down, and he goes on top of it, tries to punch it through. That's 100% a ball that he has to roll on rather than the punch. Ooh.
And
oh my goodness. Lange cannot believe what he's hearing from the other side of the net. Howells telling him not only was that ball out, you stepped into the kitchen, so that's a fault, and I believe he should have gotten 2 points on that last exchange. Instead, it just pushes Lange and Manthou onto their second serve.
That's not what they want to get into right there. The firefight is not what they want to get into.
No, it's a one-ball counter, then a reset.
And then a reset, right? But again, right here, I don't mind it at 7-2. Now it's 7-3. Now it's like, okay, let's get back to what got us here.
How about getting back to
now
something
it's 7-3.
else?
Yep.
Eric Lange with some authority.
Yeah, try to reel things back in here, calm it down. Manthou and Lange going on the attack a little bit more. Manthou creating some chaos.
Will Howells get up for the overhead winner.
And we did see in the semifinals that There's not really a safe lead against Lange and Manthou. Came back from behind in both of them.
Well, and one of the things that both Eric and Max were telling me is that they said, look, we've had to play a lot of matches today, and all four of their matches went to 3 games. And so they've learned how to adapt in the moment, and their versatility is something they feel like is a strength of theirs in this gold medal match.
Right there again, dictating pace. It's Eric Lange speeding up first.
7-3-2.
7-3-2 for Kawka serve.
Oh, that's
excellent ball movement there from Lange. Corner to corner, pulls Howells out wide, forcing Kawka to step over to the middle, then goes back out wide to the forehand of Kawka. Excellent job from Lange.
Oh, the mishit right there.
No, don't do that.
No. Well, he jumped up through his drop right there. He's got to stay down. Keep that big 6'5" frame low. Use your legs.
Yeah, it's an excellent flick there from Howells. This time, not punching it through, but brushing up the back, adding a little angle to it as well.
Forces the timeout here from Lange and Manthou.
It's an offensive timeout for Howells and Kawka on this one.
They've got the 7-3 lead here.
Sat on 7 for a while.
Yep, and so they want to talk about how they can move into that 8th point. While they talk about that, we want to tell you about this. The APP Next Gen 2 offers a world-class tournament experience exclusively for pickleball players age 23 and under. Register today for upcoming events in Wichita, Kansas, and St. Charles, Missouri. Visit the app.global for more information. Chad, that's a program near and dear to your heart, and we've seen so many great players already coming out of that here and making their way, making their mark on this sport.
Well, and we've expanded into Next Gen 2 from Next Gen because we have so many young adults, young players trying to sign up for that Next Gen series. Now we're giving that second opportunity to get in.
So again, the app.global for more information on how you can sign up for a program near you.
7-3-2.
Find your way here to championship court playing for a gold medal under the lights on a Saturday night.
Yeah, good fourth shot there from Manthou. The issue on that one is that Kawka goes cross-court with it. Gives Manthou a little too much time. He's able to get on top of it, find the feet of Howells, and then Lange there for the put away.
Manthou steps in and then can't cover in time to get the ball back over the net.
It's good ball movement there from Eric Lange and Max Manthou as they pulled sideline to sideline. Got a ball that they could handle, but again, just a little off balance right there.
Kawka in the uncoil.
It's a big ball there from Eric Lange. I like that return. That return's got to go flat down the line and give Kawka time to get there on the uncoil to his side.
4-7-2 for Lange's serve.
Changing his spots again there from Lange. And I think Howells thought that that second attack from Lange was going to be harder. All it was a little bit firmer, but more of a downward angle.
Side out.
Strong forehand there from Howells. It's going to be a side out.
Again, had Lange moving through transition area, kind of a little off balance right there. It's a good spot there from Will Howells.
So what was a 7-0 lead for Howells and Kawka has shrunk to just a 2-point lead. Howells, former Notre Dame tennis player, has a chance to extend the lead here.
That's from Kawka. That's beautiful, beautifully done right there through transition. Beautiful drop reset.
Funny thing, I was talking with Kawka after that semifinals. He tore his left patellar tendon 2 months ago playing pickleball. So he was joking with me, hey, I'm not as nimble now as I usually am, but he's looking pretty good out there on the court, able to move around and get to those balls. And now they extended the lead.
8-5-2.
Great spot there. Will Howells with the casual leaping Ernie to make it 9-5.
Yeah, it's just too basic of a dink there from Lange, going flat down the line, leaving that opportunity for Howells and the Ernie.
It's so easy to overhit that ball. Will Howells on the jump, on the move, just punches that ball through the middle, knows he got exactly what he wanted.
Timeout receivers 9-5-2.
Timeout called by Manthou and Lange as they want to talk about this, because it's 2 points here for Howells and Kawka that they sit away from forcing a decisive game 3. We'll have the conclusion of game 2 when we come back. Our Sunday night baseball matchup is the series finale in the Bronx between the Red Sox and the Yankees. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. And at 5:30, we'll have the All-Star Selection Show, revealing the AL and NL pitching staffs as well as the reserves for both teams.
I mean, it's not a bad rivalry right there.
No,
Red Sox,
Red Sox,
Yankees.
Yanks.
Just a little bit of history.
Landon's first baseball game that I took him to was Red Sox, Yankees at Fenway.
Oof. Not a bad first memory for your son with baseball.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's like, I want to go to baseball all the time. I'm like, dude, do not
And my kids
get used to that one.
And my kids was Red Sox Cubs.
Oh, there you go. Back here on Championship Court in Newport Beach, Oregon, Eric Lange and Max Manthou with the serve, trailing by 4 here in this second game after winning game 1, 11-6.
Oh, little love from the net cord and off the top of Kafka's paddle.
And this is where it gets a little hairy here. You give up one more, I may take another timeout here.
Oh, why not?
Do not want Manthou and Lange to get on a roll.
Especially with the amount of purple shirts in the crowd.
Oh, Lange.
He's too deep.
Yeah, he didn't come forward after that first attack. Got stuck too deep in the court, too deep in that transition area. Very tough to speed up, especially cross court from that area.
That's a good ball right there from Kawka. Gets on top of it, gets it down at the shins of Max Manthou. And a big side out.
Will Howells with the serve, up 9-6.
Nope.
That is not open right there.
The line is closed for the day.
That's a little smirk from Eric Lange.
That came back twice as hard as it went at Lange. That's an excellent hold there from Lange and Manthou. Howells and Kawka getting a little loose right here. Kind of that
6-9-1.
Aggression, that aggressive play, trying to sneak back in, but it's not what has gotten them to this point.
I'm telling AJ to mark that point down. Right there.
Consider it marked.
Oh, that's my bad, Max. That's my bad, Max. I apologize for saying anything, but again, felt a little momentum shift right there after that quick side out, but
good hold there from Kawka and Howells.
It's the uncoil.
Yeah. Well, now that you mentioned the patella tendon injury there of Kawka, it kind of makes sense why he's a little slower in the uncoil, and that leaves that big opening of that forehand roll or that cross-court roll out to the forehand of Kawka on that third.
He had to take a month off from playing pickleball altogether, so he's working his way back into it. Feels good now, but definitely still something that is on his mind.
Oh, that ball's out.
Oh, man, just out.
I was like, goodness. All right, that's a good lob. Oh, where'd Kawka come from right there? Just catches it a fraction late, and that ball flattens out. And now it is almost too late to call a timeout.
Right,
because what was a 7-0 lead is now a 9-9 tie.
Well, 9-9 tie, and Lange and Manthou still have the momentum.
And what happened there, right? What was Lange doing the last probably 5 or 6 times that Kawka was uncoiling, right?
Yeah,
Lange was either cross-court drive or cross-court drop. All of a sudden, it was like Lange saw Will Howells pinch a little bit and goes flat right behind him and gets the extension, and then the ball into the net.
Yeah. Well, and that's the situation too, right? Where Howells almost has to take that step to the middle because it's been exposed on that uncoil. So smart move there from Lange.
Lange has been playing pickleball since May of 2017. He was actually working for a company that was making pickleball paddles.
Do you know who he played for in the U.S. Open? Played with in the U.S. Open in 2017?
Tell us. Oh, that would be one Dominic Catalano. Okay.
That's right. I played with Eric.
Let you say
I played with Eric Lange in his first U.S. Open in 2017.
And
he would have done better if he was playing with anybody else.
Okay, so see, I was going to say, and it was such a good experience, he decided to stick with the sport.
Oh, everybody up.
Point for Lange and Manthou. Again, Lange sneaking it down the backhand side of Howells.
They may rush the court here.
Oh!
Missed opportunity for Lange.
Oh! Howells not going to miss that one. Forces him to play another.
Woo. Big forehand there from Howells to keep it in it. Little help from the net cord, sitting up nicely.
What was the biggest lead here, AJ?
It was
7-0.
7-0.
This is a 10-2 run.
Oh, good math, Dom.
Math well.
That ball is probably going out. But because it's going crossbody there on Howells, there's no way for him to turn and get out of that center mass.
Just moving. He's moving. Yeah, moving as he's hitting that. He's got to set his feet and reset that ball.
So instead, it's another match point opportunity here for Eric Lange and Max Manthou. They can win their first APP Tour gold medal with this serve. Oh, instead, little help off the net, and Kawka will take it.
Little friendly roll there for Howells. Now, I would say do it again, but you don't want to take that risk. Oh, that was...
It's over. It's over.
Good reset from Howells.
Oh!
And just can't get it over the net, so it is Max Manthou and Eric Lange who take home their first gold medal as a men's doubles duo here on the APP.
I started talking right there because that was a fantastic ball by Manthou out wide behind Howells that created the pop-up. I thought no way Lange was going to get that ball back.
That ball went,
leave that ball back.
That ball went up, and I'm like, this game is over.
These two met 6 months ago, and now they are golden here at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open. We'll hear from the duo when we come back to Southern California.
And our broadcast team down on championship court. And then we'll bring out our finalists in women's pro doubles. That's what's next. It's gold medal match for the women. Coming up shortly. Stay with us here. It's the Owl APP Newport Beach Open.
Eric, Max, we got about a minute. We got about a minute to get out.
Congratulations, guys.
The Zimmer Biomet recovery moment of the match for Lange and Manthou, trailing 7-0 to start this second game.
It's a big moment because they were down 7-0, so it's pretty much the recovery moment of the match is the whole match where they battled back and end up on an 11-2 run to finish it.
Well, right here in match point, we both thought that point was over with the overhead from Lange, but Manthou and Lange putting it to the test, never giving up. We're going to throw it down courtside to Dorian Kraft with our post-match interview and our first-time champions here on the APP.
Thanks, Chad. Max, Eric, congratulations. Your first gold medal on the APP Tour. It was an exciting match. And Max, I want to take you back to 7-0 in game number 2. You guys got down by that margin. What was going through your minds during that timeout? What was the messaging to get you to close out that game on an 11-2 run?
It was really that we can really do this. And then after we got the first one, I kind of felt like we would. So it was just a confidence.
Eric, talking to your coach, Travis Rude, he said the message to you coming into this match was to be able to trust your own voice and trust your training. What did you learn about each other and this partnership throughout this run to the championship?
You know, I've known Max for 6 months now, and, you know, we train twice a week. He drives down from Tacoma down to Portland. We have a great system of players in Portland, and Travis Rude's leading us. We can win in a variety of ways, and Max's positive energy, he's obviously a crowd favorite. Just an honor to share the court with him. And real quickly, I'd like to thank the APP and the title sponsor, Owl Pickleball, for supporting this event and allowing us to play and live out our athletic dreams.
Well, guys, you had a purple contingent here cheering you on. They have been loud. Let's let them see you celebrate. Max and Eric Lange, your men's gold medalists here in men's doubles at the APP Newport Beach Open.
Well, Eric Lange, Max Manthou, Chad, we watched them play all day today. It was absolutely a blast to watch them. And then for them to finish it the way they finished
I'm going to go back where it's 7-0. We're like, all right, Howells got a little loose. He sprayed a ball at 7-1. 7-2, another error. We're like, if he gets a 7-3, let's call a timeout. Yes. We'll slow things down. It was from that moment on that Howells and Kawka got loose and they couldn't bring it back together, and Lange and Manthou really dialed in.
I said mark it down at 6-9. AJ marked it down, and then that was the difference maker right there. They went on a run to win it. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, it's all about the ladies here in Newport Beach at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open.